Human populations naturally cluster in cities and towns, creating a constant need to exchange goods and ideas between them. But there is a major logistical difference between sharing a heavy bundle of freshly harvested matoke with someone in the next district and sharing a photograph of that same harvest. Moving the matoke requires the first system, transport. This infrastructure carries mass and weight, people, animals, and goods. Sending the photograph relies on the second system, communication. This infrastructure transmits weightless data, like market prices and media files. To build a strong economy in East Africa, both systems must operate in tandem. We have to construct the transport veins to carry the heavy physical loads, right alongside the communication nervous system to process the information. This matrix breaks down the various modes of transport used across East Africa. When deciding how to move physical goods, we must always balance three variables: cost, speed, and capacity. Human and animal transport along local dirt paths give remote rural areas essential door-to-door access to local markets. However, the exact trade-off for this flexibility is strict limits on both the speed of travel and the total weight you can carry. To solve that capacity problem, we rely on rail transport. Moving high volumes of heavy, bulky goods over long distances, like cement or structural steel, is cheapest and most efficient over a dedicated track. For massive regional loads, ships on the major lakes handle heavy cargo at the lowest possible cost. At the top of the speed hierarchy, aviation hubs like Entebbe International handle air transport. It is the fastest option available, meaning its high expense is reserved exclusively for highly perishable goods or tourism. As this completed chart shows, there is no perfect mode of transport. Every routing decision is a forced compromise, dictated by a product's economic value, its physical weight, and the urgency of delivery. If speed reduces cost, why do transport routes rarely travel in straight lines? The primary physical barrier to construction is topography. Steep, rugged terrain like the Rwenzori Mountains makes road or rail construction incredibly difficult and expensive. This map illustrates how routes behave when they hit those physical barriers. A transport line cannot cross extreme elevations or massive drainage basins like deep swamps without incurring massive engineering costs. The route is physically forced to bend or stop entirely. To justify the cost, there has to be a specific financial reward. Infrastructure follows economic activity. Routes push toward rich agricultural zones, active mining hubs, and dense urban populations to access that localized wealth. Physical geography provides the resistance to movement. Economic value provides the financial force required to overcome it. While railways move the heavy lifting, the digital revolution acts as the nervous system. Instant crop market pricing and mobile money systems allow weightless financial data to move globally in milliseconds, entirely bypassing the physical friction of roads. However, even weightless data requires physical infrastructure. A smartphone cannot function without a local cell tower. This creates a digital divide, leaving rural hinterlands that lack electricity or network coverage economically isolated. Let's test these variables. We have a rich mining town separated from a capital city by a vast, deep lake. Which mode of transport is cheapest for exporting bulky minerals, and why is building a road straight across the water a poor geographical choice? The answer is water transport. Ships and ferries are the cheapest way to handle bulk cargo. The lake acts as a massive drainage barrier, making a direct road bridge far too expensive to construct compared to simply loading a barge. Digital communication accelerates how quickly we negotiate trade, but the actual physical delivery of those traded goods remains strictly bound by the geography of the landscape. Let's apply all of this to a single real-world export sequence. A farmer in a remote Ugandan hinterland needs to sell a high-value, highly perishable crop, fresh flowers, to an international market. Step 1 is communication. The farmer uses their smartphone to check current exchange rates, lock in a price with a European buyer, and receive an instant advance payment via mobile money. Step 2 is local transport. Because rugged mountain relief prevents tarmac highways from reaching the farm, the farmer uses a bicycle on a local dirt path to transport the harvest down to the nearest trading center. Step 3 is high-speed transport. Once at the trading center, the goods hit the tarmac highway, moving rapidly by truck to Entebbe Airport. There, expensive air transport ensures the flowers reach Europe before they spoil. Look at how this local geography layers together. The physical environment dictates the routing of the Murom dirt roads. The economic population centers attract the paved tarmac highways. And the telecom mast projects the digital communication network over the entire area. Transport acts as the veins, moving our heavy agricultural and mineral wealth. The digital network acts as the nerves, rapidly directing data and capital. Building and integrating